Let's check things out. It's Sunday. Let's have some coffee. Let's talk about possessions, priorities, what's going on in your life. It's a Sunday. Salute. Big week coming up. Making sure you pick the right horse. Gonna try a little something different here. I'm gonna come on in the morning and see how it works. So just checking things out, seeing if people are up and ready to go. Picking the right horse, kids. You know, my community is helping me grow my community to the point where I'm starting to get some people to really think about their futures. You know, I've always said to pick the right horse and see what happens, you know? So I just thought I'd pick it up in the morning, done a couple errands and see what's going on, having a little coffee. Hopefully people are done their meditations, gone to their mass, spend some time doing what they need to do. So that's why I'm here. Trying to help people out, talk about life. What's more important, possessions or purpose or priorities in life? Everyone's got a mission. Everyone's got a purpose. Craig, what do you think of an earlier version? Oh, you know, Craig, I'm thinking, you know what? People get up in the morning and it's either, especially on the weekend, if it's slow, it's good, it's not. Hi, Barbara, how are you, kid? So, you know, I just wanted to talk, see what's going on, have a little coffee, get a little, I did a few errands. How about you? And getting ready for a full week. Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are. But soon as that Monster, is that what it is? Those energy drinks? And the pizza rolls break out for lunch, they'll come back. Big week coming ahead. Everybody got action going on? Doing good, kid. Scotland. That was kind of on my bucket list. My brother married an Irish girl, and he's been to Ireland, but not to Scotland. And I mentioned to him that, you know, maybe we should go to, you know, if I go to Ireland to visit, I'd like to see Scotland, of course. Siblings, how you doing? Red Bulls, and they're called pizza rolls. I think they're called Tortino's pizza rolls. I guess trolls like them for whatever reason. What's going on this week? Any big plans? Any big decisions? You have to deal with some pressure? Make sure you pick the right horse. Oh, let me see here. Okay. I've never had them. If I did, it was probably, well, I'm 71, so I was probably a teenager at the time. Yeah, and I bet you they're not healthy. I don't know what fair it is, but it's August. I'm from Minnesota, so it's possible that they're gearing up for the fair. What am I doing today? I thought I'd try this to see if anybody's up, and I'll probably do it later today. I did a couple errands. I'll probably go get some coffee, take a walk. I might go bowling. I practice bowling. I bowl about 2 games alone. I just practice, but I like it. I enjoy it. No, I don't watch. I don't watch Ramsey. Javaris, I think, is funny. I think he's pretty funny. No, if you're talking about the Minnesota Vikings, I'm not a Viking fan. I don't need luck on bowling. I think it's more of a fitness thing. You know what I mean? I don't get too upset. I think there's a strategy to it. I think there's a lot going on with it. And for my age, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? It keeps me, it's very strategic. And you have to really, there's more to bowling than you would think. It's just not throwing a ball, there's a lot of strategy to it. I boxed once, and I did pretty good in college. It was kind of a fraternity thing, a Friday night at fights, and I fought this attorney, soon to be attorney, and we were about the same weight. I was at about 160, 160 pounds back in the day, and I hit him. He was shocked. He got a bloody nose and all that, and then he beat the shit out of me after that. And then I got away. I got away. Never went in the ring after that. Uh, so what's going on with this coming week for everybody? Any big decisions coming up? You have to deal with anybody? Oh, I'm sure Trump's got some big decisions to make. Nope, I'm from Minnesota. I don't know if I've turned this completely off. I should have. I should have. I got some interruptions going on here. Well, Craig, I think we got a few trolls that just woke up, but it's good for the algorithm. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going to step it up and do maybe 2 a day. Trump 2028, huh? People are talking about it. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm sure they'll get a disciple in there. I hope by then the economy's just buzzing, you know, for everybody, for the world, actually. And I hope we get out of war, these war discussions. Anybody drinking coffee? Salute. Yeah, I'm a big dreamer. I'm a big dreamer. Big, big objectives in my life. With Bailey's, okay. Well, aren't you 6 hours ahead of us if you're in Europe of from Florida, Eastern time? It's hard to sit still. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to sit still when you're anxious and you just hope you're doing the right thing. You know. Oh, we're starting to get some trolls. Georgia. Is that the country or the state? Okay. All right, Frank. Got it. Frank, I think you've been here before. I think you have. Is that Mr. Dang? Are you serious? You're still up in Vietnam? Why am I anxious? I don't know. I just want to do the right thing and say the right things, and I pray about it. I pray that I help people. It's Sunday, so instead of going to Mass, I do meditations and I listen to Masses on YouTube or, there's apps and stuff like that. No, I'm one of the lucky ones. I don't have any regrets. How you doing, Fun Train? I thought we talked to Nick about his birthday yesterday. Yeah, that's true. In whose eyes? Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. No, Tony. I didn't watch Kill Tony. I don't have time, man. I don't have time. I watch when I'm not on YouTube or TikTok thinking about strategy, what I can do, what I could help people with. I'm watching a baseball game, a hockey game, or something. I'm into fantasy football with my grandkids too. That's a lot of fun because they think I'm an old man, but they can't believe when I beat them. I have a strategy with that too. Sorry about that. Sky, what's it about? Basically, if you go on my channel, what I try to do is I've been an entrepreneur for 50 years, and I basically retired now at 70, and I said, what the hell am I going to do but pass on my knowledge and my experience to other people that are going through some type of challenge. Usually it's baby boomers or younger generations that are kind of striving to get ahead somehow, or they just got laid off. You know how to go about it. I talk about UPS, about what they're going through with their buyouts and so on. So, do the right thing. I basically call it integrity, you know. Sorry about that, S47. A government rat. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate it. Admiral, yeah, pizza rolls. That'll do it. And Monster and all these other supportive addictions that you have. So it's a Sunday afternoon. I've been up for a couple hours talking to my brother and a few other things. You know what's cool is I got 7 brothers and 3 sisters, and they watch my stuff. They think it's pretty good, even though they make fun of me. Integrity, if you don't know what's right and wrong, then it's your foundation. It's your parents. They taught us what is right and what's wrong. That's what integrity is all about. And not, you know, begging for mercy or whatever. I have 10 brothers and sisters. I'm number 5. I'm number 5. God, this is good. This is good. Welcome, Tyler. Admiral, thanks. What's also interesting, Sky, is my father's 100, and we range in age. We're all alive from 79 to 60. It's doing pretty good here because now we got more trolls coming in, and we know the troll farms are helping us. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Pathway. Appreciate it. Yeah, we got a special family. We're all united. My parents really kept us together. Uh, yeah, the food has changed quite a bit. Once I discovered I had celiac, and once I got celiac, I see the doctor, and they're always checking my blood and so on. So I went gluten free in October. So it's nutrition. I remember when I first came down to Florida, I was working with some fitness coaches, lifting weights and all this other stuff. That was, God, over 20 years ago. And so they always told me, Rock, it's the discipline, excuse me. It's the discipline of nutrition and eating right foods. And the other 20% is your consistency of working out. Yeah, Davey, that was interesting. When I was a kid, they used to call me Rockhead and Pebbles and Where's Bam Bam and all that, but you're too young to understand who those cartoon characters were. What do you mean you stayed silent? Mom and dad, my father's still alive at 100, and my mother passed at 94 in good health, actually. Her body just gave out. Yeah, actually, trolls aren't that bad because eventually they're going to hit bottom. Most of them don't get paid, they get no benefits. They're living in their mother's basement. I mean, there's a stereotype, you know what I mean? I mean, there's got to be, in your mind, you got to see what's going on. It's kind of sad. I'm glad my kids are, my nephews and nieces, nobody's a troll. Actually, they're all, family people, having children. Our family, we're all about kids. My parents have over 120 descendants that we know of. My father was 100% Italian, poor. My mother was 100% Polish, first generation. And they just had Catholic, of course, and just having kids, and they were poor, and they went to work. My dad became a workaholic, and he ended up innovating some products, and he became a businessman, and he had a partner, bought his partner out, and those were our, what should I say? Those were our role models, hardworking people. Davy and Admiral, can't you get some more trolls on here? Because I got 13 and subscribe. You know what I mean? Somebody's asking me to grow up. I'm 71 years old. What do you mean? I know I feel young. I feel like I'm in my 40s and very smart, you know? And I learned that from other people. but I had great coaches and great mentors, and that's what I'm trying to do for the Gen Z is help them out. But you know what? You got to get out of your mom's basement and go work, go do something with your life. I figured that. Duke, you might be the first one or first time. Appreciate you popping in. Who's drinking coffee? Anybody drinking coffee? Or is it all Monster or energy drinks? Is anybody out and about? Are they working out or they're just not on? This might be a bad time or a good time. I'm just doing a test. No, I don't have babies. I have adult children and grandchildren. My name is on my channel. Look it up. 0. It's ironic. Let me see here. We got up to 21. That's good. Get some more trolls on here. It helps my algorithm. 9:47 p.m. So is that Eastern? Is that Eastern Europe? Where is that? It's not Asia, is it? Hi, Kenneth. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that name, but I never watched Lost. I never watched it. Yeah, it's 12. I'm Eastern. I'm Florida, Eastern time. Okay. Yeah, but, you know, I'm not in the celebrities and all that stuff. Most of the people that I kind of followed are mostly dead, you know. Like Ozzy, I liked Ozzy's music, a few tunes, because back in the 70s, he was popular, I should say, rock and roll, classic, Led Zeppelin, the Stones, people like that. Florida is definitely a red state. Steve cares. Rest in peace, Ozzy, yeah. He had a great wife, What was her name? Sharon? She really supported the guy, you know. He really did. And that's how important it is to have good support, especially in a spouse. Yeah, Trump's residence is Florida, and he's very popular here. Sharon, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was. She turned him around in a good way. Kevin, is that all you do is work? Good for you, man. That's how you pay your bills. Oh, Kevin, Zach's back. Oh my God. Yeah. I got a lot of activity going on, and I really like this live because it really pumps up my brand. You know what I mean? And I just see what people are thinking about. Because eventually, I'm gonna figure out who my audience is. Because I've been in business for so long that, yeah, I could. Mortgage. Wait till you pay it off, though. The condo I'm in now, I paid that off after, boy, I don't know how many years, but I got lucky. And one thing is when you get old, there's some benefits to it, because you don't need as much, or want anything. You see, before I'd have a suit and tie, and I would always dress the part, drive the part, show up to do business. And then I find out that most people I dealt with just weren't that sharp. You know what I mean? And so I just kind of burned out on bad business people. So I just said, I'm done. Okay. I try to keep the conversation going because it's good. I try to understand who's who. Sky, thank you. Yeah. Uh, oh my God. That's cool. You know, it's kind of funny when people break down. I've seen a lot of people not get to the finish line, you know? Wow. That's young, Kevin. That's young. Don't fall in love with real estate. That's one thing I've learned. Don't fall in love with anything, you know, not even a spouse in a certain way, because sometimes it breaks up for whatever betrayal happens. And that's just me, I've had that experience. Yeah. Well, Kevin, you could see you're dedicated, you're committed, and you're doing all the right things. I mean, come on. Sure, we make mistakes in the past, but guess what? Once you learn what not to do, that was a lesson. And that's one of the reasons why I started my YouTube, is because, man, I made every mistake you can ask for. However, I turned things around. Yeah, Brenton, yeah, it could be tough. Leadership is so important. It's so important about, you know, who the right people are and who do you really believe in. I mean, it's like when people say, are you a Trumper or a Democrat or left or right? No, I try to go with the best person possible that I could trust. And then all of a sudden, you never know what happens. That's like in everything. You could buy a product. Like I'm an Apple guy, but it took me years to trust that I could appreciate Apple. Most of these people don't even know what BlackBerry was. I was a BlackBerry guy. Why? Because my customers all used BlackBerry at the time. Then I started seeing a transition, and once I believe in something and try it out, I'm very loyal, you see? Yes, I know who God is. I'm a child of God. Truth and logic. That's correct. Transition, you have to have a game plan. That's what transition is. But you have to also understand whatever your goals are, you have to implement and execute them yourself, even though you have help getting to the certain situations. And that's why it's so important to pick the right horse, pick the right spouse, pick the right school, pick the right career. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy. Don't know anything of Jurassic Park. If I was interested in movies, I think there's a lot of talent out there, but there's a lot of junk out there. I watch documentaries, you know, but I got my own life to live, you know. And who can you really trust? You know, who can you really trust? Yeah, BlackBerry. Hey, Davey, for a troll, that's pretty cool that you know about BlackBerry. You probably watched the movie, huh? Duke, don't worry about it, man. He needs therapy. I call it troll rehab. I'm a good guy for rehab to help these guys. I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I do all my videos on that, and I'll probably get the 17. I usually trade up. Hey, Kevin, I'll probably come back later tonight. Why? Because you know my goal is to rev things up here when it comes down to getting monetized. Yep, picking the right horse. It's the easiest way to say it. I picked a lot of donkeys. So you got to do your due diligence, you know? I'm 71, I'll be 72. Kevin, be safe out there, man. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you got to keep beating that drum, and someday somebody will pick it up. It's not, it's not the same. You have to decide which way to go, which road to take. And a lot of people, 90% or more, take the wrong road for whatever reason. Duke, don't worry about Davey. He's helping me. Let him keep talking. Davey, you're a VIP for me. You're helping my show here. Actually, I'm hoping that there's going to be more trolls that come on at least for a minute or two or whatever, because it helps my goal of being monetized, which is hopefully in September. So the people that believe what I have to say, try to get them on my. You don't have to subscribe. Just listen to my my live. My live is a good thing. Sky. Oh, I see, Duke. I see. You just gotta kind of let it go, because to me it's just like Teflon. You know, like Teflon Don Donald Trump. It's Teflon, and that's. I've been in business for 50 years, so I've seen a lot of Davies out there. No, that's not my income. It's a it's just having fun, and it helps my foundations. Davey, I'm sure it failed for you. It's not going to fail for me. I know how to make money. I'm 71. At 30, I was in business, running a company, about 150 employees. Went to Harvard Business School, had 3 kids, married, and it all crashed 3 years later. When Jesus was crucified at 33, I was crucified at 33. But guess what? It changed my life for the better. Davey's really, God, I hope he gets paid for every one of these comments. Bring me more, man. No, I was financially independent at 39. I built and bought a business and I sold it. And once I sold it, I had to find something to do. That's why I know about transitions. So I've had 8 different companies in my 50 years. And I get to a certain point like this. YouTube is a business for me. I'm proving myself and I'm beating all the milestones that they say it takes. But I have a team. I have a marketer, I have an editor, and I'm just the front man. I'm like Ozzy. I'm the front man. No, it's not too late. In fact, it's wise. Make sure you pick the right horse. How do you pick the right horse? Sit down, kind of look at your family, and decide what you want. Because you're 30 years old, you're mature enough, you must have a career, you must have good things happening for you. And then you have to decide. And one of my proposals or one of my tactics in selecting a client or selecting a woman in my life or whatever is get a background check on not only the person that you're dealing with, but also the family or the business that you're dealing with before it gets too deep. And it takes about 2 years to really understand who somebody is and if the colors show. My father used to say, well, colors show. Eventually they're going to show. Look at Davey. He's showing his colors, right? Right? And I have hope that he's going to turn around. Right, Duke? Don't you think? I believe they might happen. It might happen. Exact, Davey. Duke. Right? It's a good saying. Crossing your mind, you must grasp at her current situation. I don't understand what you're saying, Zerfin. I don't know the question. Okay. Please keep asking questions. I want to keep this rolling and keep it educational. Yeah, I know. I don't understand what it means. Are you when you are means in my purpose of human being? I think we're here for God, and just do the right thing. We're here for purpose, to fulfill our purpose, but you got to find your purpose. You see? And I was lucky in my early 20s that I really, well, I always knew when I was young and 8, 9 years old that I wanted to be a businessman because my grandfather from Italy used to say, Rock, you want to be a businessman. Rock, be a businessman, be a businessman. And our family is full of entrepreneurs, and that's what I am. And I have a son that's an entrepreneur, very successful. And I got 3 kids, and they're all successful because they did all the right things. They picked the right horse in their careers. They picked the right horse in education. They picked the right horse in a spouse. And now they have grandkids, and now they pass that on to them. And that's where I feel healthy, is that I had the opportunity to pass on my upbringing. The best way to make money, I've always said, number one, you got to get a job. You got to work. And when you're working and you're saving, I always believe in saving 25% of your take home. So whatever that may be, you have to have a reason to live amongst your means. In other words, if you want to live with your parents, thank them. And by the way, you should pay them as if you're paying for rent, room and board. The other thing is live amongst your means, but always have something that you like. But understand, I don't believe in having a long-term career. I believe in NFL, not for long. So you have to pick your career first and make sure you work for a company that's got good integrity and good intentions. Okay? Even if they work you hard, it's good because you're going to learn. And the other thing is you're always in sales, always networking, looking at especially the older people working there that you get ideas about, do I really want to be here 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Start looking for a better opportunity. And don't forget, you might have a family. You got to make sure you're making money. And you got to teach your kids that. Trey, way to go, Trey. Sky, that's cool. 50%. Those are big numbers. Take that 50%, though. Make sure you invest it. I'm a big, well, I was raised on the stock market. Any discretionary dollars that I had, I would invest in the stock market since I was 21. I had a pension. I have had retirement ever since. And that's one of the reasons why. So when I got Social Security, to me, it was petty cash. And it was like, wow, I just got a tip. And that's what I live on. I don't live on my savings. Well, I don't give tips. What you need is you need a tax advisor and a financial advisor that you trust, that's licensed. So if there's a haywire, they have a license and they have a fiduciary reason to suggest savings. And some of it's your gut, I bet on stuff that I really don't know about, but I do have an analyst that I talk to every 3 months and say, okay, should we shift some of this around? Sky, yep. Duke, don't worry about Davy. I need Davy. It's good for my algorithm. I need more Davies. I could handle this. Believe me, I've been there. I've seen these people. What's first move to be successful at store business? Persuasive skill, administration skills. I'm good at persuading, but sucks at talking. Okay, so Zarafin, what you need is, if you got the sales capability, it sounds like you do, you need an office manager, okay? But the first thing you need to do is get incorporated. Then you got to decide, do you want a partner or not a partner? Partners are difficult, okay? I've had partners, business partners. It's like a marriage. You might not agree down the road, okay? And when people don't agree down the road, it's called a business divorce. You don't want that. And if you're young, you could do a lot of this yourself. Just have a budget, live amongst your means. My father would say, cut everything in half. So if something was going to cost you $100,000 to invest in, figure $50,000 first. Take a shot, and then let it grow. See what I'm saying? You don't have to go big. Go in baby steps. We call them baby steps. Go in baby steps and watch what happens, because things will change. They change all the time. Thanks, Guy. I appreciate it. Come back now. My live is a good thing because I can get people like you that understand it and ask good questions. Well, hold it. Take big risk. Everything's a risk. And what I did is I started a business. It was a big risk. I financed it myself. I was all in. And I was divorced, had alimony, had child support, but I thought, you know what? No one else is going to help me. So I went all in, and I was blessed and lucky. I believe that people are not only blessed, they're also lucky. But you got to keep going at it, man. You got to keep going at it every day. Look at my YouTube. I'm on this thing every day. This is my business now. You know? All right, Sky. Just keep letting us know how you're doing, man. Nothing's easy. I would take that 500 and set up an IRA, a Roth, or something like that. Retirement. Don't waste it. And yeah, you're going to have to wait 10 years, 7 years, 20 years, whatever it is. But keep it there. Anything you get, we were just talking about somebody saving 50% or 90%. I believe in my career it's 25%. 25% every day or every month. Don't attack Davey. You don't know what sickness he's got. Come on. And somebody's paying him to do this. Understand what a troll farm is. Davey's a sheep. They call them sheeps. A troll sheep. Eventually they burn out. He's going to burn out. He won't come back tonight. You know, all these guys fall apart. This is my 18th YouTube live. I'm going to start marking them. My very first one, I had a ton of trolls, but I didn't know what was happening. And then I got educated that trolls are normal. Trolls, this is a multi-billion-dollar business. And these guys don't realize what the farmers, that's the owners of these trolls. And it's underground stuff. So, and it's not legitimate, you know what I mean? They don't file for taxes or anything, so they're not going to make it. No, I don't believe in the Epstein. I think it's a waste of time. Sky, no, my kids stay off my live. It's like, Dad, you're embarrassing us, you know? And, but they can't complain because they're successful and they implemented everything that I shared with them and my parents. So those family values have gone on for generations. We don't have a Davy in our family. We don't have a troll in our family. You know why? We were born to work. We got the millionaire mindset, but we got the blue collar work ethic. You see the difference? You tell me who hasn't failed and succeeded. You got to do either one. I mean, how can you succeed if you're afraid to fail? Right? And you become Davy. You don't want to be Davy. Okay? Davy will switch someday. Okay? It's kind of like transformation. Once they get hit in the head, you know, and maybe there's a mental problem. Maybe there's parents' problems. You see? So you just got to be, when it comes down to failure and success, that's up to you. That's up to you. I failed many times, more in relationships than I did in business. You know why? Business is more tactical. Relationships are emotional, you see? And not everybody keeps their promises. Right, Davey? Not everybody keeps their promises. You see? We're at 50 minutes. We got 14. These are good numbers. Davey, keep coming. Uh-oh, we did get another one. I can see another one. Okay. See, I could decipher where the donkeys are. I know the horses. I can tell the horses. Hello from Australia. I've never felt like I could fly to Australia, even though I had some classmates from Australia and New Zealand, and I always felt like, well, God, what's more beautiful, Australia or New Zealand? I've heard a lot of good things about New Zealand, though. Yeah, it's possible. They're hidden. They're hidden, Sky. You know that. I was born and raised in Minnesota in the United States, and now I reside in Florida. Chris, it's okay, Chris. It's okay because it helps my algorithm. I want more Davies. You just don't read that stuff. Ask me a question, I'll answer it. He's helping me. It's the farms. He hasn't caught on it. This is my 18th live. But you know what? I probably had 20 in my very first one, but now I know who they are. I'm actually proposing that Davey bring in more people. Look at this. We got 19 now. That's good. Because at 60 minutes, I cut it off. And then I come back tonight. Yeah. I don't think there is a king of YouTube. Do you? I mean, there's 120 million channels? It's unbelievable. That's what I'm saying, Sky. You think he could be friends with people like that? I mean, seriously. In his dark basement, watching, eating pizza rolls? Obese? No friends? No relationships? You would think that they'd have a life. That's what I'm trying to do. Just because I'm helping others, hi Janice, you got to help these people somehow, some way. Larry, I don't know what you mean by that. Craig, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Let's not give him all this attention. It's like Epstein. Why give him attention? Thank God it wasn't my daughter, or anyone I knew, or my nieces, or anything like that. That's the values that my parents raised us with. Well, at the end of the day, it's about picking the right horse. That's what I keep saying. Andrea, yeah, we know that. So, you just got to know how to handle them. So I hope that he understands that he's in the minority. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have anything else to say? Yeah, Jake. Isn't anybody drinking coffee? I got 5 more minutes. Then I got to cut it off. I got some errands to do, and I'll be back maybe 7, 8 o'clock tonight, something like that. So come on, help my my algorithm. It all helps. All this helps. Davey helps. In fact, I hope Davey invites some of his buddies. And I sure hope they're not brothers and sisters. Thanks, Guy. Appreciate it. I hope you guys subscribe, man, so you get the notification. Because I don't usually schedule this. I just go on. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I should go on in the morning or on a Sunday afternoon or something like that, you know? I never heard that, Davey. No friend left on the NFL. NFL to me means not for long. So, Davey, you're in the NFL. Oh, my God. Coffee overrated. Yeah, I'm still at it, Baba. Where are all the friends, man? My VIPs are all, you know what my VIPs are doing? They're working. They're out there with their families. They're working. They're making a few bucks. They're trying to figure out a better way of life and be happy. You know? We don't know. We don't know why they're this way. That's where the psychologists, don't they call them rehab centers? They need rehab. I feel sorry for them. Well, actually, I think this is a success. I should come back twice a day, because I get different people coming in. Right now, the people that are productive, they're out there hustling, working. Then later on, they want to kind of rest up. Rest up. And see, I look at, hey, today's Sunday. Monday through Friday is a very busy time for everybody. And most people are working, but I could count on Davey and the trolls Monday through Friday. Because this is their job, you know? So I appreciate it. If anybody wants to subscribe and learn more, thank you. I think, as I mentioned before, I'll learn a few more things as I run around Florida for a few hours, and I'll come back and do the same thing. And that should be it. So we got another minute. Davey, anything else to say? Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to get you to recruit your friends. Because it all helps my algorithm, you know? Oh, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So I welcome them back. The trolls are actually helping me. So, you know, my VIPs and the people that are interested in a better life, don't worry about these people. They're everywhere. You know what I mean? So once again, I appreciate everything. We're coming to that hour mark, and I like keeping it going. And I'll come back on later tonight, because that's where I get a lot of my followers that are interested in having a better life, making better decisions, picking the right horse, and so on. You know? Janice, it's okay. They don't need friends. They need pizza rolls. Can you imagine the shape that these people are in? Unbelievable. 16 hours. They spend 16 hours on this stuff. Sky, thanks, man. Sky, are you male or female? Can you recruit some people to follow me? And hopefully it's helpful. It sounds like you know what you're doing. You got some ambition. You got some dreams. It's a good thing. Okay. That's cool. And Sky, where are you? What country? What country are you in, Sky? All right. This will go to YouTube. They'll run it. You'll notice I watch what I say because I want to make sure everything gets through. I think it would be too late, William. I think it would be too late. That's why you got to live a good life on earth. And then it's automatic. Like my mother, there's no doubt she's in heaven. And I'm more like my mother. I mean, my father, I think he's a good man. He's a good man. He did a lot of good things. He was tough, but he wasn't as compassionate as my mother. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. My father picked the right horse. His career, his spouse, his lifestyle, and that's kind of what I look at. And he's very generous, and that's what I've become generous. They say in the Bible, my understanding is good deeds. Just do good deeds. And that's why I look at Davey as just be nice to him. You know, he's got faults. We got faults. You know? No, I know what you're saying, William. But you know what? Overall, it's individual. Have you been a good person? I believe I've been a good person. You know? And as I get closer to death, because I'm in my 70s, I want to make sure that I do good things and pass on whatever good that I've had. But my past is, you know, flawed. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Wow. Okay. We're over time. I'm like a therapist for Davey. He'll be back. God bless you guys. I'll be back probably between 7 and 8 tonight, Eastern Time. Welcome back, and thanks for stopping in. I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your day.